A new day dawns. Across the country, families greet the day with the powerful belief that countless Americans over the last 100 years have shared. They are not alone.
When I was a little girl, I would stand over there by that big tree and just watch them building that new Lafitte housing project. And one of these days, I would say to myself, I'm going to be living over there. We lived there happily for 30 years. And then Katrina came. We had to move and just scattered around just like confetti. And wherever we land, that's where we stayed.
100 years ago, amidst profound political, social, and economic change, 400 delegates from 24 states gathered in Washington, D.C. to establish what would become Catholic Charities USA. Their mission? To join in solidarity to meet the needs of the poor.
Jim Kelly wanted to rebuild Lafitte. He told me he's with Catholic Charity. And he says, Imelda, I'm going to bring you home. And I said, you're going to bring me home? And I says, oh my God, this must be the answer. That would mean a new beginning. Oh, honey.
Miss Imelda needed a home, but she also needed an advocate. Catholic Charities is that voice, striving to continually improve how the country provides for those in need. Today, that means finding 21st century solutions to 21st century problems. But in the past, it has meant driving landmark legislation, like the National Housing Acts of 1934 and 1949, without which Miss Imelda might still feel scattered, like confetti.
I think we will be moving around in December, going back to a new Jerusalem.
The need for disaster relief has become tragically recurrent. Catholic Charities was there with $31 million of critical assistance in the wake of 9/11, $150 million to communities affected by Hurricane Katrina. With the experience of providing transformational assistance rather than momentary relief, Catholic Charities has become a national leader in disaster response.
Catholic Charities meant to my life a new door opening, a new beginning. God, it looks beautiful. We coming back.
Back around 1991, right after the death of my brother, I started problematic drinking and drinking heavily. And at the end there, I was drinking between 1.5 liters and a half gallon of rum per day. I was probably about 90 pounds heavier. I was a heart attack waiting to happen.
Every life is sacred and should be treated as such. However, of the 22 million Americans suffering with an addiction, only 3 million will receive treatment. Sadly, the lack of access to quality, affordable health care remains one of the underlying causes of poverty.
I was unemployed. I didn't have health insurance. I qualified for the program because that's what this organization does. It was set up for people like me that couldn't go to a highfalutin drug rehab center.
Beyond delivering a wide range of healthcare services, Catholic Charities puts those in need on a path back to self-sufficiency, one day at a time.
Mary Ellen is one of the quintessential people that saved my life. She'll tell you straight out, too, that she didn't think I was going to make it. Morning.
More than providing treatment, Catholic Charities provides a new hope to those who thought hope was gone.
All right, this is Brian Brophy, AM 1420 WIMS. Right now, I'm living my dream right now. I have a radio show called Living Sober. This is why I do the show. You know, you're calling in, you're seeking a solution. I don't advocate any one general recovery program. If I can help one alcoholic or addict get the help that they need, then the whole show is worthwhile. Good show, good show. My life is so much better now. I'm extremely grateful.
We had a very busy lifestyle before the spill. We've been self-employed 21 years. It's in our blood. We love to do it. He goes on his boats. I go to my shop. We sell the seafood. We don't know how to do anything else. This is what we do. We always worked for ourselves, made our own money, paid our own bills. What's strange now is there's nothing we can do right now. We're dependent on help right now until this mess is cleaned up.
One disastrous event, like the Gulf oil spill or a national economic crisis, can keep an otherwise self-sufficient family from feeding their children. For others, poverty is an ongoing crisis.
When Catholic Charities first opened here, there was maybe 25, 30 people. Now there's a line. There's 130, 140 people in line. It's unreal. But everyone gets a food voucher. When you know you always have food on the table for your children and you don't have to worry about groceries. That's a big relief.
In May of 2010, a record 40.8 million Americans received food stamps. But even more still struggle to feed their families. Without the help of Catholic Charities' local food programs, families like Kim's would be on their own. These families deserve more. Catholic Charities is uniting organizations across the country to find ways to ensure that all struggling families are back on their feet even faster.
When this is over and my shrimp lot is open and we're selling seafood, Catholic Charities is one charity I will give money to because they were there for us. Looking forward to be able to write them a check instead of them giving me a check. Yes, definitely.
My family, we always were poor.
Maria's story is the legacy of poverty, generation after generation. Poverty in America affects nearly 40 million people.
I stayed in the shelter probably 4 months and a half. So that was very, very stressful to lose everything and you realize that it's not only you, but your kids. And that's the hardest part for a mother to see that I cannot give my kids a home. To be honest, I never have a night in the shelter that I could sleep because I was just going, what am I gonna do? You want cheese in your sandwich?
What people like Maria want most is a hand up, not a handout. Helping her break the cycle of poverty requires refocusing the system on addressing the whole person rather than just their material needs. For Maria, that means helping her secure her GED, teaching her to manage money, and helping her apply to college. By transforming our often paralyzing safety nets into a trampoline of opportunity, Catholic Charities hopes to reach its ambitious goal of cutting poverty in half by 2020.
They are helping me with all these material things, but they also helping me spiritually. So they're taking both parts of me and they're trying to put me together. I think I'm learning the real me now. So for me, Catholic Charities is being the Good Samaritan because I'm not even Catholic. And they're helping me.
Strengthening families, encouraging self-sufficiency, ending the cycle of dependence. It's what Catholic Charities has been doing every day for the past 100 years, responding to the needs of the most vulnerable in our society through service and through advocacy.
You guys brought your teeth already? I am different now. I learned to have hope. I learned to face what life brings in front of you. I guess that's what I owe Catholic Charities in the program, because they are giving me all that confidence, giving me all that peace, being able to sleep at night and know that tomorrow is gonna be okay.
And the next 100 years? With the help of volunteers, the generosity of donors, and with prayer, Catholic Charities hopes to change the national conversation on poverty, to find a new way to forever heal those in need, and to achieve its greatest ambition, to put itself out of work.
We ask you to protect our house. Okay. Good night, guys. Sleep tight, okay? Okay. Sleep with angels.